Hello, everyone. We hope you're having a great day today. Welcome to today's webinar, the ILTACON 2025 Booth Lottery. Just a quick reminder that we are recording this webinar and will post it to the informational webinar page within about 24 hours, along with a copy of the slide deck. Also, remember to use the chat or Q&A box for your questions. Now I'll turn it over to Tyler to get us started.
Hello, welcome everyone to the Booth Lottery. Today's call should probably take about maybe 25 minutes in length. We will, as Courtney mentioned, we'll save some time at the end for questions. Today we'll have a brief overview. We'll talk about the business partner contacts. I'll talk about the criteria associated with the Booth Lottery. A lot of that information was covered on the previous webinar, but it's important, so I think we'll do that one more time. Sharon will address some important dates, reminders, and then Ashley will walk us through the Booth Lottery itself. We've also added one other topic since these webinars are typically relatively short. Jessica's going to review some housing information at the end and also address the affiliate space form. Courtney, next slide, thanks. Real quick, the business development team, if you have questions concerning the lottery or anything about ILTACON, feel free to reach out to myself, Ashley, Sharon, or Courtney. I think a lot of you know everyone on this slide. I won't dwell on this, but again, we're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Courtney. And then real quick, as far as the lottery and how this works, again, when we set the booth selection calls, we start at the sponsorship level. We work our way down from ILTA Max all the way down to the step-up partners. And then once we're in that level, we do apply the category level. We have 4 categories. Again, these are based on the years that you've been an active business partner. Again, these don't have to be continuous, but we do go back to 2016 and look at the data in order to give credit for specific years of support. And then once we have the level, the category, and then we actually apply the lottery number. And we're going to set the lottery number today. With that said, I'm going to turn this over to Sharon, and she's going to go over a couple of other items before we get into the actual lottery itself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. The results of today's lottery will be shared at the beginning of next week, and we'll also be reaching out to set our calls for booth selection, which will begin April 2nd and run through approximately the 25th. The email that we will be sharing will also contain the link for the affiliate space request form, and requests will be due by May 1st and processed in order of the booth lottery. After May 1st, affiliate space request forms will be taken in the order received. Please be sure and submit your affiliate space request forms sooner rather than later. Please know that we will keep various time zones in mind when scheduling, but given the time frame of the lottery and booth selection calls, our flexibility in adjusting dates and times will be limited. In addition to selecting your booth space, this is also your opportunity to secure any ancillary items from the ILTACON prospectus, such as demo rooms, suites, banners, signage, etc., that are still available at the time of your selection call. Prior to your call, please be prepared to have alternate selections for booth space, as well as demo rooms, suites, and other sponsorship opportunities. After your selection call, we'll send an email confirming your booth number along with any additional sponsorships selected for ILTACON. In addition to today's webinar, we have 4 more informative webinars coming up in the next few months, starting with the First Time Business Partners webinar on April 9th. The webinars planned walk you through everything you need to know leading up to ILTACON 2025 at Gaylord National, including in-depth information on housing, badge assignment, GES services, booth orders, and much more, along with answering any questions you may have. All webinars will be recorded, and the recording and slide deck will be posted on the ILTA website and can be found at the link provided on this slide. I'm going to turn this over to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Sharon. Bear with me one moment. Just want to ensure I'm sharing the correct screen. Hello, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining the Booth Lottery. As you can see here on this Excel, all the sponsors that are eligible for today's lottery. We have a total of 167 sponsors participating in the lottery, and they will be divided into their tier level. So here we have, for full transparency and in alphabetical order, all of the sponsors listed from 3 all the way down to Z. $167. So to kick it off, we will start with our ILTA partners. We have a total of 8 ILTA partners participating in the booth lottery today. I will go ahead and copy them from this document and place them into the randomizer. I'm going to hit the randomize button 3 times. Once I hit it, it will show the timestamp. So for full transparency, you can see that this is live and not pre-recorded. So ready? Here we have once, twice, and third and final results. If you're an ILTA partner, please feel free to take a screenshot. I'll also go back at the end and show everyone's order once again. So there is the final order for our ILTA. And now we will go to our titanium partners. We have 7 titanium. They're randomized once, twice, and a third time. Please feel free to go ahead and take a screenshot. Next, we will go on to our platinum partners. Total of 11 platinum partners. Once, twice, and third. Next, we will go to our gold partners. We have 43 gold. So randomized once, twice, third and final results. Here we have the list from 1 through 30. You want to go ahead and take a screenshot. And then here we have 9 through 43. Moving on, we will next do silver. We have a total of 90 silver, so this is going to take just a little bit longer for me. They're randomized once, twice, and third time. Here's the list from 1 through 30. Scrolling down. Here's from 29 through 63. And then 61 through 90. Last, I will do our step-up partners. We have a total of 8. Once, twice, third and final results. I'll go back once more if you didn't get a screenshot of your tier that you were looking for. So starting with our ILTA Max partners. Our titanium partners. Our platinum partners. Our gold 1 through 30. 16 through 43. Silver 1 through 30. (22) through 56. (55) through 89. And then scrolling down to 90. And lastly, our step up. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to turn this over to Jessica.
Hey, Ashley,
Yes.
we had a couple requests. If you could share that one more time, would you mind running through the list?
For which, okay. Are you still confirming that everyone can see my screen, Kurt? Or hold on.
Specifically, it was gold.
For me, you can see, okay, correct. Here's Ultimax, titanium, platinum, gold. Here's 1 through 30. And 16 through 43. Any other requests to be shown again?
Can we look at silver again, please?
Silver 1 through 30. (29 through 63. (61 through 90. I would also like to note that the business partner team will be sending screenshots in your finalized lottery number early next week, most likely on Monday, as your category will affect your selection number along with the affiliate space request form. Am I good to turn this over to you, Jessica?
I'm ready.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Team, please take a minute. BP team, please take a minute to look at Sheila Johnson's question in the chat. I'll let you get back to them. But in the meantime, wanted to go over just a couple of reminders relating to housing and then also our space request forms. So as a reminder, housing is going to be managed a little bit differently this year. We're pretty excited about it. As we have 8 hotels in the harbor, it was really a priority for us to make sure that our valued business partners each had allocations at the Gaylord National to make sure that you are in our host hotel and conveniently located to all of the conference activities. Therefore, we are establishing unique blocks for each of you. So if you are a Max partner, you will get 16 rooms at the Gaylord. Titanium 12, Platinum 8, Gold 6, and Silver 4. In order to book these rooms, you will have a custom booking link that will come to you with your wrap-up email from the booth lottery call. You will be able to start booking these rooms on April 16th. And note that booking the rooms that have been allocated for you will end June 2nd. these reminder dates will come to you in that email, but after June 2nd, any inventory that is not used in your predetermined allocation will be released back to other attendees to be able to reserve so that we can make sure that we are not falling into financial attrition with our hotel partner. Keep in mind, in order to book those rooms, you can put them underneath your name, one name. Just we want to make sure that we have a good understanding of how many of your allocated rooms you plan on using before June 2nd. Now, if you need additional rooms beyond your allocation, we've got you covered there. For each additional badge that is purchased and paid for, you do have the ability to book additional rooms outside of the Gaylord. So we will have a sub-block request form that you can easily complete through our housing portal that will get you set up with additional rooms outside of the Gaylord. And we'll make sure to set a deadline for those as well and help you with any master billing you may have. Next, for space request forms, I know Sharon kind of already went over this, but we will start processing all of the forms on May 1st. So please get your space requests in before May 1st. On that day, we will be allocating space based on where you stand in the booth lottery. Our hotel partners will start reaching out after that May 1st date. Now, if you decide after May 1st that you want to host an event, that's totally fine. You have until June 27th to submit this form, but after May 1st, it will be processed in a first come, first serve basis. So if you want your space allocated to you based on your booth lottery order, please be sure to submit it before that May 1st deadline. A couple of reminders about that. You may book space at any of our other partner hotels without approval from ILTA. This excludes the Westin and the MGM and the Gaylord. But any of our other hotels, you're welcome to book, and you do have those contact details on how to reach out to them individually. Any space booked at the Westin MGM or specifically the Gaylord must be routed through ILTA. That does include the outlet space as well. So Harbor Social, the restaurants, etc. All of that needs to come through ILTA. We'll do a quick approval, send it over, and connect you with our amazing hotel partner team that's dedicated to ensuring these events are a success for you. As long as your event does not fall during any of these following times. So we've got some key days and time here where we request people not to host events. That way our attendees are not being pulled in multiple directions for these key activities that we have planned. It looks like Regina in the chat asked, the space request only applies to space outside of the booth demo rooms, correct? Correct. And that does include restaurants. So any special event that you're wanting to host outside of your demo room or your booth will require a space request form. And this is because as part of our contracts with the hotel, we do a full buyout of the space. And because there are so many business partners, members, affiliates that are really competing for that space, we want to make sure that we're getting it allocated in an equitable way. Francis asks, what are the dates for the hotel? Is it only for the duration of the conference, for example? Can we have some event folks booked in a day or two before? Great question, Francis. So when we write our contracts, we do try to build in some buffer days. We call those shoulder nights. And it usually extends a couple of days before the main arrival on Sunday and a couple of days after the main departure on Thursday. Generally, our hotel partners will not accept blocks of rooms within that day range. So that would encompass the key conference dates and then 2 days before and 2 days after. So we want to make sure that we are protecting each of you, our valued sponsors, by not allowing outside organizations to come in and book these rooms and minimize the value of your contribution to our conference. So we want to make sure that nobody else is getting access to booking these rooms, which is why we have an approval process. Looks like Beth asks, only need space request form if hosting an event in a restaurant, but we are still able to make dinner reservations, etc., at hotel restaurants without space request forms. Correct. Okay, so Beth, if it's a large group, they will not accept that reservation. So if it's a private dining room at Old Hickory, they will not accept that reservation without ILTA's prior approval. Now, if it's just you and a couple of friends going in, want to have dinner, different story. In addition to that, we will be keeping the main lounge. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the main lounge will not be available for private events. So that way, our members, each of you, have the chance to make dinner reservations and have a space to go if you're not. Belvedere, thank you, Tracy. Belvedere will be held and not available for special events. So that way, we have a place for people to go and hang out, especially on those Tuesday and Wednesday nights when so many special events are happening. All right, let's see here. Jason asks, does the subblock request form for housing allow companies to select which subblock hotel they would like to book, or are you placed randomly? Great question. It does give you the opportunity to select which hotel you would like to go to. And let me just pull up a quick example for you. And hopefully this will clear it up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to replace the current share. I'm just going to share my whole desktop. Sorry about the nightmare. Okay, so this is our housing portal. On all pages of that housing portal, right? This is what it's going to look like when you're booking your reservations in your block at the Gaylord. You're going to see this little cube over that says subblock request form. You'll click in here, we'll submit a request. And then it's going to pull up this form for you. So you'll be able to see all of the hotels that we have secured. And you may have 50 rooms that you want to book. You've purchased 50 additional badges and you want to split between the Hampton and AC. You can go in here and quickly do your allocation for each hotel. Any special requests you may have, we'll get your contact details. You will need to provide a credit card to guarantee these blocks of rooms. This is securely passed over to our hotel partners. And then you'll hit submit. Our housing team will then get a notification. We ask for about 48 hours to process those, and we'll go ahead and automatically set you up with a block and passkey that you'll be able to access using your existing access codes that you have already established with your initial block. So you'll be able to go in there and see rooms for the Gaylord that haven't been booked and for your new overflow hotel. So it's keeping one unique platform, one screen for you to be able to view to see all of your hotel inventory. And beyond that, when you do a large block like this, you will also be given dashboard access. So you can keep an eye on the pickup. You can pull a rooming list at your leisure and see exactly what's going on with your housing block. All right, let's back it here. Okay, will a copy of the floor plan be sent out? Mike Hammond, are you referring to which floor plan are you referring to? If you can drop that in the chat, we are already distributing floor plans for our education sessions, demo rooms. We also will be providing the floor plan for the exhibit hall.
And Jessica, just to add to that, the floor plan is interactive for the exhibit hall. It's updated real time, so you can monitor that throughout the entire process and check availability.
Thank you. Karen asks, can you define large? What is the number of people cut off? And I'm assuming that this has to do with affiliate space request forms. Anything that would require you to set up a private dining agreement or an additional space agreement with the hotels is something that would get kicked back to us. Again, if you're just going into a restaurant with a couple of your friends, the hotel will be able to accommodate that. But anything beyond that, it's going to get kicked back to us. If it's a special event that you're hosting, it needs to be routed through us. Not only does this make sure that we're allocating hotel, prime restaurant and meeting space equitably, but it also allows us to protect you and know what's going on with our business partners so that we can be your advocates for your events. Daryl asks, we're likely to be staying longer than the 2 days before the conference. Can we still book through the room block or will we need to do this separately? Great question. You can always send questions like this to housing@iltanet.org. If there are special requests like this, that may be the best route to go so that we can work with the hotel partners on your behalf and see first and foremost if we can get that discounted group rate extended. Can't guarantee that, obviously, but sometimes that request coming from us will help us get an extension of those discounts. So if you have questions like that, please reach out to us at housing@iltanet.org. You can also reach out to your business partner representative. They'll get in touch with somebody from my team and make sure that you're being taken care of accordingly. Shelby asks, as booths are selected, will the floor plan be updated with who is assigned to each booth? Yes, that is updated in live time. BP team, can you confirm whether or not we can see who is in each booth? Or is it just shown as held?
It'll show the business partner that's in that booth.
Perfect. Maureen asks, what about original room reservations? Can we select a different hotel than the Gaylord? Absolutely. So if you're like me and you like to play a good game of blackjack from time to time, and you might want to stay at the MGM. So if you're not interested in your rooms at the Gaylord, wonderful. Please let us know. Obviously, if you don't say anything, they will go away on June 2nd, but we would love to be able to resell those rooms beforehand. So your initial booking portal is only going to show your rooms at the Gaylord. So again, reach out to us at housing@iltanet.org or get in touch with your BP representative. That is a quick and easy change on our end to be able to reallocate your inventory away from the Gaylord and over to a different hotel. It will not affect the way you book. We just have to switch some things in the background so that the correct hotel is showing up for you. Don Gerard asks, is there attrition for overflow hotels? I'm guessing you're asking what your requirement is as you secure these blocks. Obviously, ILTA is held to attrition at all of our hotels. We have a financial agreement in place with each of them. And as such, we have to be strategic in the amount of time we allow people to fulfill their blocks. That's why we have the June 2nd deadline for the main blocks at the Gaylord. You will be required to put a credit card on file for your blocks because any reservation that is booked and canceled at any point during our housing process will be assessed a $50 cancellation fee. We have done this in years past and we are continuing to do that. This is a rule that applies to business partners and members alike. If I go in and book a room, I don't care which hotel it is, and I decide tomorrow I'm not going to use it and I cancel it, that will be assessed a $50 cancellation fee. We understand that crazy circumstances do arise. Obviously, if there's something going on, please reach out to us and we can have a conversation about that. Kalina asks, should we already have that link to request subblocks or is that coming next week? So to request subblocks, that is in your housing portal. So once you get your housing portal link, you'll be able to do it in there. Keep in mind that we will not allocate a subblock outside of your original inventory at the Gaylord until additional badges are paid for. So until you have paid for your 50 extra people that are coming or whatever that number is, we will not be able to allocate additional rooms beyond the rooms you have at the Gaylord from the get-go. Yes, hopefully that answers that next question. And Mike was asking for the exhibit hall for the floor plan. Yep, that's absolutely available. Updated real time. For the rental of space restaurants, will we get the form today? Business partner team, are you wanting to send out the space request form ahead of the booth lottery calls or with the booth lottery call wrap-ups?
It's going to come out next week. Monday, we will include that all in one email for you.
Perfect. Thanks, Tyler. I
Sure.
want to add to that again, we will not start the process of turning over these details to the Gaylord until May 1st. We'll have things placed, but you will not actually be able to start planning with the Gaylord until after May 1st. And that's to give them enough time to get their team in order. We're hoping that most of you have your forms in by May 1st. So we have a really good picture of all of the special events that are going on so that their team can be strategic in setting up the right contacts to make sure everybody is getting the level of service that they need from the hotel. Nate says, to help with name pronunciation, you can just call me Nate. Awesome. For the restaurants, are all restaurants in National Harbor associated with these hotels and ILTA during this period? If so, I'm understanding correctly, we need to notify ILTA for any event at any restaurant in the area, not just the hotel restaurants. Nope, Nate, you are welcome to book any space in the harbor. And in fact, we encourage you to do so. We are taking over the harbor, and this is quite exciting. There's a great piano bar. The National Harbor CVB has several establishments scattered around the area that you can rent out and use for your special events. Do it. This is such a really cool area to be able to get outside of that host hotel. You do not need our prior approval for that. The only events that you need prior approval for is at the Westin, the MGM, and at the Gaylord. That will be clear on the the affiliate space request form that you complete, just as a reminder for you. So if you get in there and you see, oh, well, this isn't on this list of places that I have to get approval for, you're welcome to go out and book it yourself. All right, I think that's everything from the chat. Let's kick over to Q&A. Looking at the live map, I'm assuming if we have a 10 by 20, we list 2 square spaces. If we have a 20/20, we can either choose the large square or list out 4 small square spaces. And Ashley, can you answer that for us?
Yeah, so if you're looking to do a 10 by 20 space, you can take any 2 10 by 10s that are vertical to one another. We do not do end caps, so you cannot have them horizontal. So you can do 2 10 by 10s together. And then we do have some predetermined 20 by 20s on the floor. But if you're looking at a different location based upon your booth lottery results, we can definitely take a look at creating any of those 4 10 by 10s together.
Awesome. There's a request from Katie to reshare the link to the ILTACON floor plan so that they can see updates. Can we share or give a notification as to when they can receive that?
On Monday, when we send the recap, we'll include everything, including the floor plan, so that way they can see it live.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashley. Looks like we've already addressed Kalina's questions. Ed, I see your hand raised. We may have already gotten to you. If you want to drop something in the chat, we can answer your question. Otherwise, I think we've addressed everything. Oh, and he put down his hand. So I think we're good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. And we are so excited for ILTACON 2025.
Well, I think that's a wrap then, Jessica. We appreciate your time today. We appreciate your support. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at any point. With that, we'll be sending out the email recapping this on Monday. And you all have a good weekend, and we'll be talking shortly. Thank you for your time.